What is our worth, our personal worth? I plan to say some thoughts. Don't mind me, I'm feeling a bit of sentimentality. Welcome to the Foundation for Elevation Station. My name is Leon Meredith, and I have always thought about the value of a person. I don't know how, but I can I can I can see images from past lives, and I can't remember in this life when I was like 1 to 3, maybe 4 years old, but I can remember my thought processes since around maybe 4.5 on up. I can think to that period and understand how I understood. And around 8, maybe 8 years old, I had a clear understanding that it was something valuable within me. And it only grew. And it really culminated after I stopped hanging with people when I was like 15, 16. I started to understand the qualities that were from within that gave a person that glow, that value. I never mistook a person's value with assets they had, or if they were able to learn this thing and they can regurgitate or mimic the certain way in which it's done, and it leads them down a path of doing that same repetition of thing and gets them, a means of success. I did not give people value because of that. I gave people whose character, the words they spoke, the actions and how they treated people in the dark and in the light, the principles I watched that they would teach their children. This is why I held myself to a certain level at the age of 16 on up. Everything I have done was for the benefit of me secondarily, but first and foremost, it was for others. It's a lot that I haven't disclosed on these that has to do with, my blood family, that has to do with certain things in my past. But know this, that I will stand and wait in front of God and plead my case for righteousness. But I'm already for sure that after God or whoever reviews my life and my memories will say, man, that's a good man to, be raised up in slime in the gutter and still have this element of love in his heart was value. The ability to persevere through somebody treating you falsely, treating you disrespectfully, and not returning the same negative energy is the sign of a true man, a leader, someone that is on a path of elevation. No, I'm not talking about being a sucker, slapping the cheek or letting somebody just disrespect you. No. But it is a level of ascension that allows a man and a woman to deal with disrespect on a level and not allow yourself to stoop to that level of debauchery. If you hold yourself to such a level, you don't have to return the same energy. And if you do, you have lowered yourself to such a level that's not befitting of a God. And if you want to be an example to your community, it's no way that you will be outlandish with your mouth, especially if you're a woman, especially if you're a woman, especially if you're a woman of God. That's one of the greatest things that like is said all throughout all religious books. This is why many religions have special rules for their ladies to conceal their beauty, to even in Christianity, they say a woman shouldn't speak, should never be a minister. It say you should not. I don't know the exact verbiage. I don't try to say it to, throw it up in ladies' face to say you should and you're not going by the scripture. I don't do that. But it is there that ladies should remain silent, and when spoken to, speak with a certain calmness, a certain degree of dignity. This is bleeding off into us forming various beautiful relationships in our communities, white, black, everywhere. But that's another story. These types of attributes are practiced and held in place by the men that provide the structure, that provide the structure to, have a culture be instilled into the people. Yeah. Ladies figure out how to have fun and, arts and culture type of thing, form the, visual heritage, the stories, these types of things are, the nurturing, the rearing of children until they get a certain age. And then when the children get this age, probably should be around 12 nowadays, they release to the men. I think we have to not gender roles, but as a man and building for my community, is certain things that are best done by, unfortunately, I may be wrong, because they have the LGBTs communities that's able to produce a level of whatever for the children of our communities. So what is our worth? What is our worth? Now, I may look at LGBT people, for instance, since it just came up, the ability to mother the children of the communities. We may have a transsexual that's able to emit a level of femininity to the children that is unchanging and kind. How many people within our community would allow this, or would we say that this is against what God is prescribing? Even though this transsexual may dedicate, 4 days a week into pouring into children through certain programs at 2 facilities within the community to build onto the cultural cornerstone that is being placed. Who would have a problem with a transsexual doing these types of duties for the community that adds a high amount of worth? Or do we want another lady there that's whatever she may be? I don't even want to say many details or make it seem, let's just say she lives her lifestyle. She doesn't respect men. She's heavy set. She really has no discipline and structure in her life, and she, her attitude is back and forth so often. It's not a solid vibration being cast to the children. But with the transsexual, the worth that's coming from in is every day in a consistent vibration. These are the decisions that come to mind as you think of leaders of the communities. That comes to my mind that I say, okay, we need ladies that can, balance their emotions and feelings and really not be in these types of things for selfish reasons. I love building the foundation to our culture to be. Building foundation to our culture to be. Because anybody can see that we don't have the most beautifulest culture. I would ask you, everybody that look at your culture of your community, what they eat, exercise, the mindset, how do we date? Like, I don't care how cool all of this feels. What do we do that's going to have a positive effect from now to the future, 100 years, that we need to save and preserve that we do? We like to eat fried chicken, but we don't need to preserve that. We like going shopping. Do we? We don't need to preserve that. Like, it's leaving us behind. What the hell is we doing? The way we date is, it's fun, but man, my children's suffering. Can't keep passing this garbage along. What are we doing? Okay. We get the the hair popped and everything. Bam. All the chemicals harming us. Oh, them the most vicious chemicals out here? Oh man, it's going right into our scalp. Do we need to keep doing this? Nah. We believe that we ahead of the game than most of us. I believe it's our ego. I love you, and I know it's our ego. I see a lot of people in bars. I peek in little bars, People follow me, watching me, but I dip off and look and see little things and how we living in our culture. I look in these chicken shacks and I see all the grease dripping off from the chicken and people just biting into it, and the grease just dripping down their chin, and they just smiling, and every bite they got the ranch, and they just got. It's like if ranch was a ketchup packet, it's like every bite gotta have like almost a packet of ranch dressing just on every bite. It's like we have overdid it. I seen. See, these are the things that make up who we are in the inside that give us worth. If we have so many people, even young people, 30s. I seen a lady waiting to cook. I mean, it was at this job at this Cleveland clinic at this other facility in Cleveland, Ohio. And this older lady she was an older lady, pretty lady, and she was waiting on a meal to get delivered by, what's that, U Food, or what, I can't remember. People deliver food, regular people, and they got the deliver it. You get, I can't even remember the name of it. It ain't Ulift. However, you order it from the hamburger joint and they deliver it to you. So she waiting, and I'm like talking. I'm like, man, we don't even cook no more. I can't believe it. You still look pretty nice, and I know you cook. You just got a little lazy today. And so, I'm just, having a conversation, making her smile, digging into her. And I'm not gaming on her. So I'm like, yeah, she like, yeah, I cook, but we so lazy sometimes. I'm like, look, no, she said we so busy. And I said, don't you mean lazy? Because it don't take long to cook. You could be reading something or listening to something on your monitor or your phone, and cooking and preparing a meal at the same time. It's going to take 20-30 minutes. I said, it don't take that much effort. And we being healthy. I said, man, we dying. We got all these generational cursed diseases busting us down. And you work in the clinic, so you know what's going on. She like, well, I'm waiting on a girlfriend. She had to work. She up there busy, and I'm waiting on her meal. I said, oh, okay. I'm like, well, I'm gonna get at her. And she come down, and she was just like, this young lady was huge. She was about 6 foot, had to be about 260. Like, she was just, and I ain't trying to make it about that too much. Her face was like a bunch of dead pimples, light skinned. It was about 15, 17 like black head marks. I'm like, and it just was like, and I ain't even want to start. I said, hey, how you doing? I was just giving you a hard time. I ain't even know it was you, young lady. I'm like, oh, my lady will fill you in. I wish the best. I just want what's best. Much love. I'm going to exercise. Please join me whenever, and it just ended like that. That's the thing that's from within. Now, I'm not perfect. I don't eat perfectly all the time. But if I go anywhere near 65%, I'm tripping. I know that I done had a good little meal for that day or whatnot, and I'm only eating like 65% healthy. Like, it's very important for me as a man to provide structure anywhere I go on the eat side, on the meal side. Yeah, that's a part of my worth. And I think that that's naturally supposed to have been a woman thing, but now it's like it's not a woman thing. Like, it's supposed to be natural for our ladies to, give the family, proper nutrition. Like, man, this is the better thing for my family, and it gives them fuel through the day, and then you can eat this, and bam, here goes some other little couple herbs and stuff, and eat this with your meal, and put this little herb under your tongue when you get thirsty, and you gonna make it through to the next meal, and you be home. This gonna keep your mouth moist, and like it's these things that in my mind I envision women to be masters of, like women that's wives of the community, wives of families. And it's like, it's not. Woo! I hope we can reassess a whole lot, because even when I hear women say what they bring to the table, blah blah blah, and I hear a lot of ladies talking about whatever money they make nowadays, and it's like, what are we doing with it? Are we just getting more things, ladies? So we think like this. I might as well keep going. We at 20 minutes, 30. So it's like, women, ladies, you are spending so much money of whatever 100% money you get. So are you really making that much money? It's like you want to upgrade everything every week. Oh, let me get this. I gotta go shopping here, and I gotta buy that, and oh, now I need a new car. Nah, it's like you really ain't, making the money you really making, because you could be making whatever. Your paycheck can be whatever it is, $2,000 a week. But this man right here making $600 a week. Guess what? At the end of that week, he may very well have more money than you if he ain't dealing with you. If he ain't dealing with no lady that's just gonna jack his money off, or he ain't want to spend time with a woman, he probably have more money than you. So ladies be talking about, I want a man who make more money than me, but what are we doing when we get the money? Like, what are we actually doing to make it work for us to even have it? Like, we spending it like expeditiously, if I might quote T.I. I don't know. I want to end this one. Value is within. And when it comes to a man, the value to manage and provide structure is priceless. And ladies, it's time to allow a real gentleman to team up with you so that you both can manage the both of your lives better. Peace.